going to start with our vision, helping to nourish the world with safe and sustainable dairy, very much the theme for the entire 2015 summit, and very much a noble goal. And through the course of today and the rest of this week, we'll just see how important fulfilling that vision will be, not just for the dairy sector, but for everybody. Our role within that is quite specific though. It takes the whole sector, all aspects of the sector to do that, but our particular role in IDF is to provide that science-based expertise and global consensus on those facts for the dairy sector, such that we can be the voice of the global dairy sector to key intergovernmental organisations, those that really set the global operating environment for the dairy sector, but also to make those same facts available to our national bodies to use in national and regional policy standards, ultimately regulation development, influence at that national and regional level. And as an organisation, I'll come to that in a second, we are literally second to none in our ability to do this. We spent the last few years refining what IDF is going to focus on. We are all things dairy. We cover cow to consumer, or consumer to cow if you want to look at it that way round. We cover everything from farming to manufacturing into the market, dairy policies and economics. We actually have over 100 work items that we're currently working on within IDF. But it's critical that we focus on some work that is of most importance to IDF, and we've identified that work clusters in the areas of sustainability, in the areas of nutrition, in food safety and quality, underpinned by this critical area of standards development. And when we talk about standards, and Jaap will explain a lot more about that later, we're not just talking about the drafting of standards, we're looking at this far more holistically. But importantly, at the base of that is all the IDF work. Michael will highlight just how much all of the IDF activities, all of our many standing committees and task forces, etc., really do contribute to our priorities and create an awful lot of value for the dairy sector. Value that we can actually put some tangible numbers on, and I'll come back to that at the end. Coming back to our model, it's second to none. We take work that's done in other organisations. We've got many dairy organisations around the world, partner organisations around the world. We've got the work that we do exclusively within IDF or in combination with our partners that we bring together and enrich and refine through this consensus building process in the middle, so that we can take it to the key intergovernmental organisations such as FAO or the World Animal Health Organization, OIE, to Codex and to ISO. We can use that with key influencers that influence the policies, the opinions globally on those important matters. And we can take those to other stakeholders, particularly through the strength of our national committees and their ability to influence at national and regional levels. And part of that process is what we're doing this week. By hosting the event here in Lithuania, it helps strengthen the global dairy community, but we also help strengthen Lithuania, and that's very important. So the consensus building process, this is unique in the food industry and provides us with a very powerful consensus. We do it in two ways. We've got horizontal consensus by our peer expert groups, our standing committees, where we've got experts in all aspects of the chain, from farming, science and technology, dairy policy and economics, methods of analysis and sampling, you name it. They come together as peer expert groups and debate and refine the positions that we develop on a global basis. But we don't stop there. We then align that, and it's iterative between the two, with our national interests, with our national needs, by our national standing, by our national committees, to create that vertical consensus. And this joint consensus process provides us with a particularly powerful mandate when it comes to the intergovernmental organisations we're looking to influence, which is recognised by those key intergovernmental organisations with formal agreements and relationships that give us the right to put positions to those particular organisations that many other food bodies around the world do not have. And it is an extremely valuable thing that we have on behalf of the dairy sector. It's one of our jewels. And so with that, I'm going to hand the floor to Michael, who's going to talk about the work programme and how we've developed a detailed strategy around the priority areas I've just highlighted. Michael.